What's up everyone? Today we're gonna do a TBR for August. I didn't end up doing one in July just because I was going through a slump. I mean, what's new around here? I specifically had a couple videos that I wanted to work on. One of them was reading Lena's most hated books. I wanted to see if I agreed with her, if instead I liked them. That vlog just came out a few days ago, so you can check it out right here if you wanna go see what books I read this month. I really didn't read that much, so that's pretty much it. That's the wrap up right there. I have missed playing my TBR game. If you don't know, I make a bookish TBR game, which makes it a fun way for you to pick things that you want to read next. I sell the cards on my Etsy shop. I have all different genres. I have all 4 seasons, lots of different fun things. I went ahead and created my deck. I put library, from your shelf. I did put some of my new summer cards in here. I have a few Kindle reads. I think I did a few romance, and then I did some thrillers. I did not put any historical fiction because I am doing a reading vlog where I'm reading the Laura Ingalls Wilder series again. It used to be a favorite series of mine when I was a kid, and so I'm rereading it as an adult. So I didn't want to have too much historical fiction going on this month. I'm gonna use my draw cards in order to figure out how to pick from the deck. It's obviously not necessary, but it does make it really fun. You have the draw cards. It just adds an extra oomph. I'm filming this a little bit early, so I'm not exactly sure what the buddy read is going to be for my Patreon this month. We started picking 5-star reads from different patrons. So there's like an actual channel over on my Discord where you can drop 5-star reads that you've had, and then we pull from that list of 5-star reads. So we just started doing that. We just didn't want to have as many duds as often, you know? I think I'm going to pick 4 cards for this game. I'm not sure. I just feel like I haven't had a really good time reading, and I don't want to pressure myself into reading, but I do want to pick a punishment and a reward to give me a little motivation. So first off, let's pick a punishment for the month, something that I have to do if I don't finish my entire TBR. So let's see. What do we got here? Hand wash all of your dishes for a week. I got this one before, and that was the only month that I actually read my entire TBR that I picked. So this is a really good motivator, although I don't have baby bottles anymore. I like to cook, which also means that I usually have a lot of dishes. Let's pick a reward now. So that way, if I do finish my TBR, I actually get something fun to look forward to. Motivation. Buy a new plant or a household item. Really have to think about like what I want to get for that reward if I do get it. Here we go. We're gonna start the game. Gonna pick a draw card, swap top and bottom, and draw from the top. Okay, so top is gonna go to the bottom. Bottom is gonna go to the top, and we're picking from the top. Ooh, all right, I actually got a title. I think this is from, it's either from NetGalley or I might have this on Amazon Prime. I can't remember, but this is The Other Year by 𝑣𝒂𝒏. So the synopsis for this: can the entire course of a life be traced back to a single moment? On a coveted 2-week beach vacation, working mom Kate Baker's 9-year-old daughter Olivia vanishes suddenly among the waves, a heart-dropping incident that threatens to uproot her entire reality. But in the next moment, Olivia resurfaces, joyously splashing. What would I do if she didn't come up, Kate wonders. How would I live without her? Oh my gosh, I already have goosebumps because I'm thinking about Alice. In another set of circumstances that holds a different fate, Kate doesn't have to wonder, because in that other world, in the pulse-pounding seconds after Olivia goes under, she doesn't come back up. I am so glad I picked this book. Oh my gosh. Told in parallel timelines, Kate begins to live 2 lives, one in which Olivia resurfaces and one in which she doesn't. Can you guys see? Look at those goosebumps. I mean, I don't think a book could get more perfect than this, like for me. Please let August be a good reading month, please. There's a lot more of the synopsis. I'm not gonna continue reading it because I don't want like, you know, everything to be given away, but the 2 parallel timelines and the different lives, that is one of my favorite things ever. Like Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, chef's kiss, love it. Okay, we're starting out strong, you guys. Okay, let's pick. Draw from the bottom with all these bottoms and tops. Read a book that you have been anticipating, and this is a library card. I honestly don't even know if I've been anticipating a book. I've been like so out of kind of like the bookish space. I've just been doing my own thing for my own enjoyment. I think for this book, I'm going to bend the rules just a tiny little bit. So I actually started reading House of Glass because I have it on NetGalley. And I started it when we were at the beach in June, but then I had so many other like video plans going up that I just had to kind of like sit it on the back burner. This book actually comes out August 6th, and so I definitely will want to get like the audiobook from Libby to just like help me read through it. So even though I technically own this on NetGalley and on my Kindle, and this is a library card, I would really want to get the audiobook from Libby as my library. So I'm going to pick this. It was really good from what I like had started reading. I think I might only be like maybe 10 or 15% into it. Don't really know too much about the synopsis other than when I was reading it, it was about this like nanny that was having an affair with the husband, and she gets like pushed out of this house and dies. And so they don't know if it's the husband, they don't know if it's the wife, and they don't know if it's the, I think, 9-year-old. So it started out really, really good. That's all I know about it. Draw 5 cards, look at them, put them face down, shuffle, and pick one without looking. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're allowed to look. So we have Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman. I have this on NetGalley. We have a library card. Read a book solely based on the cover. Have a thriller. Read a thriller with toxic friendships. We have a summer. Read a book with a summer fling or romance. And then we have another, either Amazon Prime or NetGalley, I can't remember. Let's Pretend This Will Work. I actually think this is Amazon Prime First Reads. So we have to shuffle them and then pick one without looking. So of those, I don't even know what I would want out of those ones. For some reason, I don't really feel like I want the romance. I feel like I've been reading romance a lot recently. Okay, ready? Read a thriller with toxic friendships. Okay, so I wonder if I own any. Okay, I'm actually surprised that I found something because I only own like 10 books or less, I think. So I think this might have toxic friendships in it. It's called The Scandal. A secret child will tear a small town apart. So it says, ever since her twin girls left home, Marissa has felt there's something missing from her life. Her sprawling mansion is no longer filled with laughter and chaos, and she's desperate to feel needed and to be distracted from the secret she's been hiding from her husband for all these years. Coffee with her best friends might be the only thing holding Marissa together, but Claire and Ellie have their own secrets. Like why Claire hasn't been to work in weeks, or why Ellie won't tell anyone who's buying her flowers. When Jody, a pregnant young woman, turns up at Marissa's doorstep, Marissa is quick to come to her aid. It sounds like there's a lot of friendships, and it kind of sounds like they're probably going to be toxic. That was 4 books already. Should I pick one more? But then if I don't read it, then I'm gonna have to wash dishes for a week. But I guess technically the buddy read I'm not going to consider in this. I'm just considering my actual TBR game. So can I actually read 5 books? I think I can, because I actually want to do an experiment in August where I get rid of all the social media on my phone and see if that makes me read more. So let's try it out. Okay, draw 4 cards and choose based on your current mood. My TBR game is blessing me this month. It knew I didn't play it for a month, and it was like, come back, please play, we'll be nice to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we have a library. Read a book with something upside down on the cover. Ooh, we have some From Your Shelf books, so this looks good. Read a book from an author's backlist. Read a book with an ugly cover. Those are both from my shelf. And then we have Liane Moriarty's Here for One Moment. This is a book that actually comes out in September. I think it's September 10th. So I actually have this on NetGalley. So it would be good to read it ahead of time, but I also really enjoy having audiobooks. And that's the thing with NetGalley books, is that I don't usually have the audio for it because I have the NetGalley ebook. Let me just take a look at my shelf down here really quick, see what I have. If I don't really feel like I'm vibing with anything down there, then I'll probably pick the Liane Moriarty book. I actually think I'm gonna try and really break up all the different kinds of books that I have on my TBR to prevent me from getting in a slump from reading just one type of thing. So I'm going to pick the From My Shelf Read a Book with an Ugly Cover. I'm going to be reading Freddie Mercury's A Life in His Own Words. This cover, I mean, it's not like Freddie Mercury is ugly, but at the same time, like, I feel like this cover could have been done better. But I am a huge Queen fan, and I love the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, and so I've been wanting to read just like more. I love like memoirs and stuff like that. This is written by other people. I guess they kind of put this together themselves, but I'm excited to read through it and just see like, oh, does the timeline in Bohemian Rhapsody like match the actual timeline kind of thing. So very excited for this. It's also small, so I think I can actually get my TBR done. We have memoir, we have a thriller with toxic relationships or friendships. We have another thriller that's like really bad kid or something. We have the heartbreaking The Other Year, you know, where her daughter is like drowning. Did I not count right? Was that only 4? But I picked 5. I think I only have 4. Okay, I guess we'll pick one more. All right, ready? Here we go. Fan cards out and pick one at random. Here we go. Fan these out. I'm gonna try not to look. Let's do this. Oh, okay. Well, it's a library book. Read a book you are excited to read. That's kind of like that most anticipated one. To break up what I have, I'm gonna read Yours Truly. But the audiobook is gonna come from the library. I've been a big fan of Abby Jimenez lately. Just for the Summer was a 5-star read. Absolutely loved it. I hear a lot of people raving about this one, and I already read Part of Your World. I feel like this is gonna be the next one that I would like to read, and even though I own this copy because it was actually gifted to me by my friend Danielle, I will be reading the audiobook from the library. So I'm gonna count it, and now I have a good romance for this month. I think that's it. I think we can call this quits and say that this was a very successful TBR game this month. So hopefully I make it through all of my reads, and I'm hoping that I have a good wrap up to give you guys at the end of the month. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in another video soon. Bye everyone.